what's the one takeaway from your talk that you want them to take home to their credit union?
That every single employee is the brand. We think branding is part of marketing, a formal task, but branding is every time somebody walks in to your location, every time somebody calls, uses an app, we're branding. So those frontline people, the frontline employees, are the most important part of our brand.
Okay. So that kind of leads me to my next question. In your book, you said that HR is actually one of the most powerful branding divisions in the company. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
I think the best marketing we can do in a credit union is hire better. The people we bring in, the people we have representing us, are the brand. And so whoever we get shouldn't fill a space. They should enhance our credit union. They should be the name, they should have the logo. And if we don't want our employees having our logo on them all the time, we don't have a hiring issue, we have a trust issue. We need to work on that.
So how do you ensure that you're hiring people that are aligned with your company and who are going to be aligned with your brand?
Well, the biggest part is making sure they're aligned with the brand, and you do that by not just looking at years of experience. I can teach policy, I can teach procedure, I can teach a lot of financial things, but I can't teach passion, I can't teach compassion, and I can't teach caring about our members. And that's what we should be asking them. Is somebody walking into your location an interruption or not? You know, what's part of our day? What's important to us? Are they really part of the community? Because that's what credit unions to me are all about.
Yeah. So when it comes to marketing themselves, what do you think is the biggest opportunity that credit unions aren't taking advantage of?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think existing membership is a big part of the marketing plan. And what I mean by that is members are members, and they don't refer new ones. Ecstatic members do. The ones who are extremely happy with us. The worst place a member can be in a credit union is in the middle, which is called static, which is they're just fine. The word fine is a swear word. It's the most vulgar word in your business because nobody's fine. If you have teenagers at home and ask them how school was, they say fine. It's not fine. They want to stop talking to you. And that's what we don't want. Apathy kills membership. We want to be sure we can bring that up. And if it's not, we ask them, what can we stop doing? What can we start doing? And what can we continue doing to ensure that you're ecstatic, an ecstatic member for as long as you're here?
So credit unions feel a lot of anxiety about disruption in the marketplace. That's something that gets talked about a lot at these conferences. Do you have any advice for them when people come to you worried about disruption?
Disruption is like not a thing at this point. It's what we are. We have a younger part of the millennial generation that has lived and grown up through disruption. So disruption is simply the norm to them. But for us who are older, yeah, it hurts and it's scary. And the problem is that we have to mind the gap. We have to look for our gaps. Where are our gaps? Is it in service? Is it in fees? Is it in product offerings? It can be a competing credit union. It could be banks. It could be anything. And where is those gaps in the minds of our members and potential members? You know, I know the main ones for credit unions. They don't realize that they can go get their money out in Tallahassee if they're from Ohio, and they don't realize the breadth and width of services we provide. We got to fill those gaps in as effectively as possible. Otherwise, that gap stays, and that keeps us away from having new members.
Yeah. Well, that leads beautifully into my last question. So CUNA is working on this category brand platform for credit unions to essentially create a national brand that credit unions can belong to and will complement their more local marketing efforts. What do you think about that approach, and what do we need to do to make it successful?
I think it's a brilliant idea having a brand platform because you all have the same issues with the marketplace. I saw the surveys, I saw the data points and how it works. Is you as an industry first have to make this awareness happen. As an industry overall, it's like introducing a brand new food to the world or a brand new technology to the world. We all have to get together first and say, okay, look, you're aware this world exists, and here's the objections that actually aren't true, that we can overcome, and then your individual branches fit in, your individual brands fit in. But you have to be on the same page.